Well, the week started off normal enough, and Raxx actually started off asking Gordon for help. I've cut this down to a few minutes instead of the hour and 5 minutes, and hope you enjoy.
Now, I'm not out here to fight with you. I'm not coming on here to start shit with you, no. I'm here to ask you for your help. Because you have connections. You have connections to people that can help shut these motherfuckers down. And you know you do. So I'm out here asking you, not as a man, but as your son and a fellow hater of pedophiles. Will you join me and Tibbs in shutting these people down? Because we have all the proof in the world to shut them down. But we need your help. We need your boys, your biker crew. We need your MC to help us out. We have all the info in the world to give to you. We need your help. So what do you say, Gordon? What do you say we set our differences aside and shut these motherfuckers down?
Considering this was the first time Raxx has tried to speak civilly to Gordon or Jennie since about 2014, you can pretty much imagine what the answer was. Gonna guess and say, no effing way. So Raxx did his usual thing, losing his little mind, and started calling Jennie and Gordon all sorts of names, and did another video.
Or how about earlier tonight? After I reached out to you for fucking help, you stabbed me, your own son, in my fucking back like a coward. You know, it's funny. You talk about being against pedophiles, well, why don't we air out your dirty fucking laundry? Why don't we tell the fucking world about how you really are? You pedophile motherfucker. What's funny about you is the fact that you have to have your cunt of a wife fight your battles for you. And that's what's sad. I mean, I thought you were a man. I thought you could fight your own battles. Now you gotta have your bitch to fight your battles for you. That's the difference between me and you old fucking piece of shit. You sit on your ass all day and do nothing. I stand here on the front lines trying to make the world a better place. Not only for people like myself, but everyone in this fucking chat right now, my friend Tibbs, people around me, and people that I don't fucking know that enjoy what I do. I do this shit for them. I'm trying to shut these terrorists, these Nazi motherfuckers that you made it abundantly clear that you support, these fucking terrorists that you actually back up and support. Yeah, those are the motherfuckers I'm trying to shut down.
So Raxx goes on to repeat himself and dig the hole for about an hour and 10 minutes, so I'm just going to stop that here. Now, you remember these two shit disturbers, and for some reason they didn't like what Raxx was saying, so they decided they're going to sue. Being a holiday long weekend and nothing was going to get done until Tuesday or Thursday the next week, they decided they were going to have a little bit of fun with Raxx first. Now, taking a quick look at these papers, first thing you notice is that Gordon and Jennie are suing both Raxx and Sally, and they're suing for more than $15,000. Now, the first page just goes on to lay it out for Gordon, and it says that Chance J.F. Wilkins has negligently placed the allegations of pedophilia publicly on his Kick account registered to the defendant. The public forum video and recorded voice clip on the Facebook Messenger, a public domain, will be admitted to evidence during the process. That Gordon has been affected by both defendants' negligent actions as detrimental and harmful to the petitioner's reputation, and that Raxx has made several threats, including death threats and personal harm to both petitioners, and that Sally and Raxx are in possession of a rifle that is owned rightfully by Gordon. And the description of the rifle is a Marlin 22, which may be that 22 bolt action sniper rifle that Raxx was aiming everywhere but actually at the camera. And further goes on to say both defendant and co-defendant are menaces to society, neglectful in personal actions toward petitioners. And count 2 is basically Jennie's part of this. Negligently placed the allegations of pedophilia publicly on his Kick, and that Jennie too has been affected by both defendants' negligent actions, and that Chance has made several threats, including death threats and personal harm to petitioner co-defendant. It's basically a duplication of what did to Gordon, but as we said, for each person. And it goes on, this is or enter an order of cease and desist in court and request the court place monetary value based on the continued harm and mental distress placed upon the petitioners in the current medical condition. The petitioner also requests the defense be responsible for all legal fees. So if you look at that, that could be several $1,000s just for the fees alone, and court costs, and then the general damages. So Raxx and Sally should take this kind of seriously.
Alright, so I'm making this video for my now former dad, Gordon Ray the bitch Wilkins. Gordon, I'm telling you this right now. You're dumb as fuck. If you truly in your heart think that you're going to be able to sue me, you're full of shit. And you want to know why you're full of shit? Because one, I'm up here in Ohio, you're in Florida, you can't do shit. And you want to know why I know you can't do shit? Because no fucking court is gonna fucking take your damn case. And you want to know why? Because it wasn't me that said something. It was Tibbs, aka my good friend Johnny Varys. Not a man. If anything, you're a pedophile piece of shit. And if you ask me, as far as I'm concerned, you're no human being. A pedophile does not deserve to be classified as a human being. They are monsters. I caught you in a fucking lie, Gordon. You see, you sat there and first you said, oh, and I quote, your grandmother adopted you, and when she did, she didn't have papers. But then you turn around in that same conversation a few minutes later and say, oh, I know she had papers. My God, mind blown. You're mad at the fact that Tibbs caught you being a fucking pedophile during your conversations. Trust me, he showed me the conversations. He showed me everything. Okay? He showed me all the video, like the footage of the screenshots, because he videoed it and screenshot them. And hell, he even shared his screen and allowed me to see them. So I have seen the screenshots of you admitting to being a pedophile. My God, mind blown. Pulling your pants down in front of a 10-year-old kid while you use the restroom for the whole world to see is still a form of pedophilia. Because that kid is now going to be scarred for the rest of his fucking life. So yeah, you are a pedophile, you scumbag motherfucker. What? Oh my god, mind blown.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, I don't care who asked, but it's part of the script. Anyway, defamation is basically two parts, two types, libel and slander. Libel means defamation which occurs in writing or through publication. Slander means defamation from verbal utterances and verbal speech. In its simplest form, defamation is simply a false statement which causes damages. Now, there really aren't any major differences in the defamation laws of Florida or Ohio, so it's not like the law doesn't exist someplace. Had Gordon suffered damages over $75,000, this could even be filed in federal court. But he has or will file in Florida, likely is too, and is asking over $15,000 in damages, depending on where the trial occurs, assuming it does. Both Florida and Ohio have some very interesting statutes pertaining to defamation. Florida supports criminal libel. It is one of the few states to do this. To be criminal liable, the defendant, aka Raxx, would have to have insulted a bank. I know, WTF, but wait, I'm getting there. Or he impugns the virtue of a woman. He calls her a slut, a whore. Oh well, you can think of the list that Raxx called Jennie. And oh, it gets so much better. This, in Florida, is a first-degree misdemeanor, which means 1 year in jail and a $1,000 fine. Also in Florida, damages are assumed to be severe by the court and need not be proven by the plaintiff. They only need to prove that the words were printed or uttered, by showing videotapes of the person stating over and over again, over a few years' span, defamation occurred. Now, Ohio has a few things different too. It will also make this kind of interesting for Raxx if it was adjudicated there. Not likely, it's going to be in Florida. Ohio's definition of defamation is way more broad than Florida, as Ohio defines the term as any statement that reflects upon the character of the plaintiff by bringing him into ridicule, hatred, contempt, or affects him injuriously in his trade or profession. And in Ohio, the elements of defamation action, whether libel or slander, are that the defendant simply made a false and defamatory statement concerning another. The statement was published, the plaintiff was injured, and the defendant acted within the required degree of fault. And that's it.
Oh my god, mind blown.